Early park admission at Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios is a huge perk of staying on site. But how does that work over here at Epic Universe? Let's find out. Last night we stayed at the Helios Grand Resort here at Epic Universe. By staying on site at Universal Orlando is how you get early park admission to Epic Universe. Early park admission begins 1 hour prior to general park admission entrance. For staying at Helios Grand though, is that you get your own private entrance into Epic Universe. Smaller lines, less crowds, own security. Hopefully that means quicker access to the parks, but we will see. This is our first time doing early park admission to Epic Universe, so we are gonna see what it is all about. One thing I can already tell you about early park admission at Epic Universe is get to the line early for security.
Yeah, this puppy's been growing.
We are here probably about an hour before early park admission started, and there was already a line when we got here. So, and thank goodness we're blessed by waiting in air conditioning by being at Helios Grand. If you're waiting outside, get there early if you want to be one of the first people at Epic Universe.
I am a little chilly right now with the AC, but I won't complain about that. I'm sure Ben said this, but we haven't done EPA at Epic yet. This is our first go around, so we're about to learn a lot and share it with you. 10 out of 10 for the security check-in experience, and all of a sudden I'm at Epic. If you haven't seen it yet, we have filmed a video about Helios Grand, and having an on-site hotel attached to the park is one of the biggest perks of that hotel. If you want to learn more about Helios Grand, check it out after this video, but first let's go do some EPA.
The attractions open during early park admission at Epic Universe is really Super Nintendo World. So you've got Donkey Kong, you've got Mario Kart, and you've got Yoshi's, as well as all the experiences in Super Nintendo World. Also, Stardust Racers is open during early park admission at Epic Universe. However, Stardust has been down for the past couple days. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it's open, but we honestly, we have some concerns about early park admission here at Epic Universe, which we will talk about over the course of the video. We'll have to see how things pan out. It is 8:04, and we are making our way into Epic Universe right meow. I'm curious if whether we'll have to, yep, we are gonna queue up again. So we're moving from line to line to line before they let us into Super Nintendo World. At least we get to be closer. We are one step closer. We get to enjoy the fountains and the views. It's a mad dash to Super Nintendo World.
I'm not dashing anywhere. We're hanging out until the wonderful team member JJ opens these gates. I don't know what you want to call them, ropes. Yeah. Anyway, we have learned that there's no Stardust Racers today, folks. So everyone's going to be heading to Super Nintendo Land. We'll see how busy EPA is. We have maybe another half hour of waiting, maybe 45 minutes. It really will depend on how quickly they can open things up. They said it could open 15 minutes early. Who knows? We're waiting on the all clear. But additionally, right now, Ministry of Magic is not available today. So even after EPA opens and is done, we will be finding other things to do. So we'll see what happens. But long story short, we're going to head straight back to Nintendo and see what ride we can jump on right away and how crazy it is. It's going to be an interesting EPA.
And let the mad dash begin.
It's as if we're going to Hagrid's, but there's no Hagrid's at the end of this. What's going on with this?
Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is going to be the new Hagrid's of EPA.
No.
Oh, you messed it up.
No.
We are doing the secret entrance. We're going to go around the back. So if you go on the exit, it will take you closer to Donkey Kong World, and hopefully we can get on Donkey Kong. Again, like we talked about earlier, I have concerns about early park admission here at Epic Universe. Donkey Kong does not get through crowds very quickly. It's a 4-person cart. Like Velocicoaster and Hagrid's have a ton of people in each cart. Donkey Kong does not. And so those wait times are gonna get very, very high very, very quickly.
I think it is adorable the amount of kids that we heard going, wow! we first walked into Super Nintendo Land, like, it just shows how well done the theming is of this area.
This queue is Minecart Madness! Donkey Kong is definitely the Hagrid's of early park admission here at Epic Universe.
But is it as good as Hagrid's? Stay tuned and find out.
Well, bad news already is that Donkey Kong is delayed already. Opening up delayed. That's really going to put a damper on EPA.
Protein spill, baby. Protein spill.
We'll see. Hopefully it's a quick...
One can only hope. A banana protein spill.
The rides were... The ride vehicles were moving, so hopefully it's a brief delay.
Overgrown dodo? I can hardly hear myself think with all this racket. Hey you! Don't walk!
I'm looking forward to rating this roller coaster to see how does it really line up. If we're rushing it like we're rushing Hagrid's, is it equivalent to Hagrid's or not? Like, will this stand the test of time of being the go-to place during EPA? Given Stardust Racers is down, like, is Minecart Madness your Hagrid's and Stardust Racers your Velocicoaster? Maybe, if they're working. Update from the mobile app right now. As you know, Minecart Madness delayed. Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, 45-minute wait and climbing. But the banger, Yoshi's Adventure, 5-minute wait, basically a walk-on. Those are your options for EPA right now. We're 17 minutes into it. We have until 10, and the rest of the park will open. I'm hopeful we can at least ride this and then go and play in Super Mario World. Maybe we'll jump on Yoshi's. Maybe I'll find a sick bucket hat. Maybe we'll get a Power Man. Like, we've got options, but right now, with the ride being delayed, it's going to be really hard for us to go and do Bowser's Challenge and ride this. Rough start.
Rough start for EPA over here at Donkey Kong Land. We decided to bag Donkey Kong because it is still delayed and it's almost 9:30. We don't want to waste our whole early park admission waiting to ride Donkey Kong. The carts are moving, but it is still delayed, so we'll see. Rough start to EPA, but we will endure and we will make do.
Thank you so much. This is delicious. Also, highly recommend, if you have an annual pass, make sure you use your discount on it. It was like $21 because you get the mug. 17-ish with the annual pass discount. Let's go buckle in for a little Super Nintendo World for the rest of EPA. We gotta make up for all the time we spent waiting in line.
That is a pro tip for EPA, is if you want one of the Donkey Kong Dole Whips, get it during EPA. There was no line. And banana and pineapple are fruits.
This is the breakfast
which
of
makes it the
champions.
breakfast of champions.
And this is what you rush for EPA, clearly.
The crowds during early park admission are still really, really low. So we're gonna make our way to Mario Kart. That's probably gonna be the last thing we can do during early park admission, but that's okay. We've got the Dole Whip float. We'll get to ride Mario Kart. And then maybe, depending on how Donkey Kong is, maybe we'll ride it during general park admission, but that one's tough. That one's gonna be tough to get done during early park admission, because even when we left, it was 90 minutes. 90 minutes is a long time. That's all of your early park admission. It's a tough pill to swallow. This Mario Kart queue is pretty darn cool, though. Lots of little details, tons of books to read, lots of Bowser references. Hey, I'm gonna have to come through this queue just to take pictures and videos, because this is super fun.
Scan and search. Okay, it's a lot like Driver's Ed. I got it. Except in Driver's Ed, we didn't have shells. The real question, aside from if we're gonna win or not, is how well will that DK float sit in my stomach while we do this VR game? I don't tend to get motion sick, but I did just chug a lot of banana flavored goo. I feel like I have some strong red marks on my forehead. I need a sick bucket hat to cover it up. But the sets in there, amazing. The visual piece of things, the virtual reality of this, there's a lot going on. I don't know how we won. I don't know how I got the best score in the car, but we did. That ride is something else. Probably gonna need a minute to really like take it all in, because it's chaos. It's utter chaos. I thought Minion Mayhem, no, what's VillainCon was chaos. This might be more. Whew.
It is after 10 a.m., so general park admission has started as of a few minutes ago. Thoughts on EPA? This one might be a what we call a DIO, or do it over. Some of our concerns that we went into early park admission with were actually confirmed. Donkey Kong doesn't eat up people like Velocicoaster or Hagrid, so that line gets exceptionally long. Mario Kart also is a slow loading, unloading process. So what you can get done during early park admission is actually quite limited. Now we'll have to see that as Stardust opens and as Universal gets their systems in order for the loading, unloading process and everything works perfectly. But is EPA worth it? Well, if you're trying to get maybe one ride done during early park admission, or just enjoy low crowd levels at Super Nintendo World, then maybe. Otherwise, honestly, you might be better off just sleeping in a little bit and coming with general park admission. We were in line at about 7:15 and we only got one ride done by 10:15. So in 3 hours, we only got one thing done. We did get a yummy treat. We did get the Donkey Kong Dole Whip, but if you're trying to maximize things done, I'm not sure early park admission at Epic Universe is it. So what we have to do now, we have to get Aubrey a sick bucket hat, we have to go ride Yoshi's, and we'll have to attempt to get back on Donkey Kong. Hopefully this has allowed you to plan a little bit better if you're planning to do EPA here at Epic Universe. If you got something out of this video, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.